Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2, our spring and summer offensive. We're into Army Group South. It's been in a few days since I streamed, but off the top, I'd just like to say if you served in the military, or if you know someone who did, it's been a difficult day. Obviously, the United States lost several troops. They don't know the exact number yet. In Kabul, in what has got to be one of the craziest operations I've ever seen, where you're allowing the Taliban to run checkpoints for you. That's probably not the best idea. But I don't like to get into politics here. I just will say that, I've mentioned on the channel before, I came from a very small rural community where literally half the kids I grew up with ended up in the military. And they have traveled all over the world for the United States. And for a long time, I thought I was going to end up in the military. I wanted to be in the special forces. That sounded intriguing or exciting or whatever it sounds like when you're 16 or 17 years old. Ultimately, I decided against that. I can say, our military, when I say our, the United States military, is generally, no pun intended, led by a bunch of buffoons. I think the group here on the channel could put together a better evacuation plan. That being said, it's a very tough day, and thoughts go out to I can't even imagine that knock on the door if you have a child overseas, and also to all the Afghani citizens that were trying to get out of that hellhole. So anyway, sad day for a lot of people. Anyway, yes, the hat is on. Hello, John Chappell. Hello, Battle and Geezer. Hello, Peter. Hi, Malcolm. CJ, Anthony Watson is here. That's good. I don't like when you yell at me in the comments, Anthony. I like when you're here and can yell at me in real time. Uh, it makes it a little easier for me to adjust on the fly that way. Yeah, the hat's on. We got big work to do. We got to create another pocket. Um, Oh, and also, I did want to say thank you to everyone who has sent well wishes to my little pup, Cocoa Puff. Cocoa Puff is doing okay. We went to the emergency vet clinic the last couple of days. She's 15 years old. Once they get that old, and she's a little blind and she gets disoriented easily. But they overall just thought that it's just kind of old age at this point. But she's on a chicken and rice diet now. Now, she's always my assistant chef. She's my sous chef. And so she's back at those duties watching me cook her chicken and rice. And I don't think she's that upset about it, to be honest with you. She she seems to be happy about that. She's still not 100%. But as I mentioned before, I grew up with big dogs. My parents have Irish wolfhounds, if you've ever seen those, massive dogs, and golden retrievers, Labradors, whatnot. And then my now wife had this little 8-pound Yorkie when we met, and I thought, oh boy, this little yipper. And she's grown on me over the years, to be sure. So she's a big part of the family, and she is doing better. So thank you so much for the well wishes, and we're really hoping that she can make it to see our little kid someday. Someday. So anyway, hey David Bartello, how are you? Yes, I will show the whole front. Battle of Geezer, I certainly will. Let's back up because it is a mosaic. It looks like modern art. If you've ever been to a modern art gallery, you see this and they'll sell it for $100,000. And they'd say, my impression of the Eastern Front. Uh, we've got a bulge going here into D Town and Z Town and up into Kiev. Oh, I'm sorry, Kiev's over there. Whoa, see, I'm off. I'm off. This is our bulge that's kind of the D Town, Z Town bulge and along the river here. The Soviets have broken through here and they have a bulge. And then we have a bulge back up into Kiev. Now we've just completed this pocket here. And so far, I think we've got over 200,000 Soviet casualties this turn, mainly all coming out of this pocket. He still has a very significant force out here. Now it's beyond the marshes, as you can see. I mean, he's not that far from Warsaw or the Carpathian Mountains. I mean, hell, he's almost down here, threatened Budapest. He's pushed a long ways. We've got Hungarians standing here. That's about all they're doing. We have now started to push here in the northern part of this just massive Pripyat bulge, as they'll call it in the history books. And we've got this bulge here at Minsk. He had bulged out here to Vitebsk and around that area. We've now almost completed a pocket there. Now, if we can complete this pocket and push the line, and make this line like this, then we can start thinking about bigger things. I'm doing it on a pocket by pocket basis. We'll see what happens. Here and around Smolensk, I mean, he's trying to push back here, but we've got a lot of combat value up here. In the north, he's actually started to try to mass some troops here northwest, actually, of Smolensk, kind of between that and Veliki Luki. Veliki Luki is right in this area. We held this all during the winter somehow. I assumed this would collapse, but it never did. As you can see, I mean, he's not that far from completing an encirclement here, but we do have a lot of combat value in this area. In the north, we're starting to get pressured into Pskov at this moment. The Narva line remains strong, however, up here in the north. Eventually, we're going to have to try to do some kind of pocket in the north, one or two of them, just to relieve pressure, if nothing else. And so, a lot going on in the map. I guarantee you've never seen an Eastern Front map like that. I like to give you new looks. That's what it is, right? It's all teaching moment. Sure, sure. Um, hey, Lucas, how's it going? Thank you for the kind words. Yep, that little Cocoa Puff, she's tough. She's a sassy one. If any little Yorkie could make it, she can make it. They said she's a little underweight, and I was like, that's got to be measured in ounces, because she's only about 8 pounds. Um, Yep, Nord, we got to straighten the line. I'm trying to do it through pockets. Eventually, I'm going to try to pocket everything out in the marshes one way or another. Um, We'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of work to do. This has been a pretty good turn so far. As we zoom in here, we did clear out this pocket, and I'm starting to try to prepare for the next one. We're across this minor river. Now, we could probably go a couple of different ways with this. We could continue west, but we get into some really bad terrain here. I mean, we've got all kinds of marshes out here. Not a lot of forest, but it's all just marshy. Now there are roads that lead through here. We would have to vector a little north to stay on the road, or we could just come right down this road because it seems like he's kind of doing a contiguous line. As we break through here, we see there's not a whole lot behind it usually. But we have no idea what's out here. I need to run some recon here, I think, this next turn, just to get an idea of whether we need to continue west. The other idea would be to break through somewhere in this area where there's this massive roads, and then turn to the east, maybe even run up this river here, and try to do some kind of encirclement with these troops that are just outside of Kiev. My bigger concern at this moment is he's really pushing this way. I mean, I brought a lot of reinforcements up here. These Soviet units don't look necessarily that strong, but they're running into Romanians, they're running into Hungarians, and so, that's never good. We do have some more movement points here and other things that we can do. I did not move a lot of this yet. I also have a Panzer division here, a Panzer division here, a Panzer regiment size, a part of a division that we could move. I have a Panzer division here we could move if we need to kind of scoot over it all. But the first thing I'm going to do is bring this unit here to this area, and I'm going to try to scoot to the west with a lot of these forces just to cover up behind the Romanians. And I need to move the headquarters up. Whoop! Why did I do that? I wasn't paying attention. Get back down there. Get back into Proskurov. There you go. 51st Corps needs to just move up a little bit. All right, so we've got him over there. And now I'll take this unit. He needs, well, I had moved him back last time. I think I'll just leave him right there. I guess ideally I could have taken this unit and done that, and we could trade places, but he's used all his movement points. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and now we'll start moving down with some of these other units. First of all, let's say to here. All right. And now we've got another unit here that we can move over to there. And then we can scoot down yet again. I don't want to leave this 2 and 12 all by himself. So I may stack him actually with this Romanian unit here. It just gives him a little added cover. Let's turn on defensive values. Well, that doesn't look great, but okay, we're going to keep moving, though. Let's move this guy down. Now, who... Okay, that is... Wow, he's connected all the way back to 11th Army. Let's take the one with the most movement points, and we're going to move him here. Now he's still in command, 5 of 5. He's still got 6 movement points. So I'm going to try to do a deliberate attack here and route something out. And we did. So that's 1310. We'll take that. And then as loath as I am to do it, just to relieve pressure, I'm going to have the Romanians hit there. All right, so we route that out. Off it goes. That looks all right. And now we've got other German units over here now. Let's turn back on movement points and just see what we've got. He's only got a 1 and 1 there, a 1, a 1. I guess the big concern would be right here. He's got a 10 and a 7. Now, we do have a strong unit there. We do have a strong units here. Actually, let's try to attack the strongest unit along this line with 3 divisions and see if we get any luck. Okay, we do push him back. Now, we took some losses, but we relieve a little of that pressure off there. Wow, a train just went by my house. That scared the hell out of me. Let's try and attack there. Nah, he didn't move. Shoot. Okay, I'm going against the odds a little bit here just to try to remove pressure. Routed, that's 46-36. That works. And then we've got this division, which is pretty strong. Let's hit the weaker of these two that also has some freight problems. It was a little yellow. 4,500 more. All right, so we're starting to scoot that back. Our next mission is to maybe scoot a little of this back, although we're going to be looking to try to get around this. I did scoot back here. I'm almost tempted to move up just so he doesn't get any ideas and it would hurt his movement points, but I don't want him to be triply surrounded. I would rather they move through. I could also move... Yeah, let's at least move him there. So if he does try to move into this hex, or they try to move down this way, they've got a little more resistance. I like that a little better. This Panzer division, I think I may eventually move up here and use this and this motorized to try to come around and meet up with some stuff. But I'll come back to that. As we move back where we kind of abandoned here, this would be across the river with Romanians. I don't like that. I don't like to attack with the Hungarians. So the rest of this, I don't think there's a whole lot to do there. Okay, so let's go around the bend here and see what else we've got. So we've got these, at least one Panzer division we can move out and a Panzer regiment that we can, move around, use defensively, do something with. He can actually go quite a long, look at that. He could almost start to form a pocket here. Kind of curious if I should do that. I don't really want to draw a lot of attention there, but that's very tempting to start up this way to make a mini pocket there. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I'm going to think about that for a minute. Okay. Around the corner we go. Now we get over to troops that don't really have a lot of movement points left, like these two here. They've already done some attacks. This is looking a little weak. He's actually a little low on supply and ammunition. I'm just going to leave him alone, but I am going to attack. Let's try that attack. Okay, into a fort level. We lost that battle, unfortunately. But we didn't lose much. Okay, now we're going to take all of these guys and attack there. Off that goes. So that's 3,500 men. Shoot, I wish I could have broken through that. He could only get up there with 4. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. The Italians. I kind of want to move the Italians down and over. And when I say over, just out of this theater. I've already got the cavalry down here. Let's stack them all here on rail and try to get them out to somewhere else. And actually, for now, I'll just leave him on that road. I can put him on the rail next turn. That leaves that a little weak, but we're going to be doing some attacking around here. As a matter of fact, he's got enough movement points. I can move him there, attack that. We'll route that for 2,000. And then we can move him back. Now, I could have gone through that gap, and that is obviously very tempting, but we got to protect back here. So we retreat that cavalry out. As you can see, things are opening up a little bit here. Now, he's going to form that a line again, but they're going to be 1s and 2s, generally speaking, that he fills that line with. Now we come around the corner. This is the strongest unit he's got out here, but I've still got the motorized back here to cover if he somehow bowls into here. So I'm going to leave this alone, but I am going to take these 2 units, and I'm going to attack there into a fort level. Okay, we only scoot him back 3-1. I would have liked better results out of that. Now we have 2 divisions here, and that is not across the river, and it's into clear, so let's hit that. Okay, we scoot that back, and now we'll scoot these guys up because they had gotten pushed back a little bit. So we can move all 3 of them up. I'll just leave the headquarters there, actually. Now I'll take this guy. Now I know this is across the river, but it's only a 2, and I'm going to... Oh, okay. Well, we actually got a good result for 1.1 to 1, but that... I was surprised he didn't get knocked out of there. Okay, let's try to hit this unit if we can, and that routes. Off it goes, so that's 929, and we can start trying to collapse this down a little bit. It's gotten a lot thinner as he's moved down. Let's try to hit there if we can. All right, we scoot that back. He lost, 9-1 there. We'll take that. Let's scoot him forward. Let's go ahead and hit there. Oh, we don't move that guy and actually lose that battle. That was better than a 1, I'll tell you that much. All right, let's turn and try to hit the cavalry. That's 4,200 men. We'll take that. Don't know that I love that attack, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's why I didn't love it. 1 to 1.2. Okay. Let's turn to our west and hit there. Off he goes. That's another 4,000. And now we can turn to the east and hit a cavalry unit for another 4,000. This is like playing The Price is Right or something. We're just... The numbers are climbing. Hey, Peter. See you later. Yeah, going north with 4th Panzer would be tough. I think that's why I'm going to keep going west and keep the pockets small. Now, we've got a little problem here. He's, broken through. I was going to say technically, but then I realized he actually has broken through. And if we hit this unit, I'm afraid he's going to retreat where we don't want him. So I'm going to move this unit, this little light division up, I'm still going to go ahead and have him be part of this attack and hopefully scoot that back. And we did. We didn't get a great result. Now, he did lose 21 AFVs, so I'll take that. I'm not going to do anything else there. That looks okay. So now, this line looks straight, but this is not how you want your line running north to south, certainly. Now, this unit, we got a problem because he is through here. He's motorized, and quite frankly, if we attack him this way, he's just going to keep going. So what I'm going to do actually instead is I'm going to try to bring one of the motorized units down here. How about this? Gosh, he's not going to have too much left there. Hmm. Now, what I'm tempted to do is attack here, move over, and just cut him off. But he can go quite a long ways. We do have Romanian ID, just three of I mean, this is the regiment size, 1/3 of a division if you prefer. We've also got a little breakthrough here. I'll come back to that because I think there's a way to do that with motorized, but I want to see what else we can do up here first. This guy, I know that I want to scoot back for one thing, because if he hits there, same idea, and then we have a little bit of a breakthrough here. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is take this infantry and try to blow this the heck out of here. Let's do that. And he retreated where I didn't want him to retreat. Okay, well, we're definitely going to have to bring motorized down here now. And we could do it potentially with this. He could get around here with 12 to go. Now, this is not a very strong unit. And he actually withdraws in 3 turns. Well, let's send him down here to kind of cover some of this up. Let's hit that. Oh, gosh darn it. He displaced my headquarters. Not that that's a big deal. But still, that pisses me off. Okay, well, it happened. What am I going to do? And now this motorized, I'm going to turn around. Can I get in deliberate there? No. But I can hit here. All right, so he retreats that way. And now I can take this unit maybe, and I'll bring this up one more. And we'll hit him again. Now he routes back into the pocket. Perfect. And that was 3,000 men. So we took care of that one well. I actually would like to get rid of that Soviet hex, but I can't do it. But now we've got some gaps to be certain. Can he? Yeah, he can't move any further. We're going to have to bring something else down to here, here. I mean, we've got some gaps to be sure. But we're about to do something which may alleviate some of those gaps. Okay, right up here, as you can see, he's really weak right in this area. And I want to use this motorized Viking. Let's try to do a deliberate attack here into this motorized. Oh, gosh, I didn't think he was going to retreat there for a minute. 1642, 33 AFVs. That was really good. He lost 101 bombers in that. Now let's take that and hit here. And off that goes. That just disintegrated. 2884. He routed a long ways back there. Now let's scoot him up a hex. Okay. That's starting off well. Now let's bring this motorized up. As a matter of fact, let's get their commander. Well, I want him to stay in command, really. And let's hit right here into this cavalry. Off he goes. So that's 441. And now we've got options. We can start running through here because what I want to do is get a big, massive pocket for all of this if we can. But I've got to figure out what's got movement points, what doesn't, and what needs to stay back just to hold this line. This guy's got a massive number of movement points, obviously. Let's move him up into this gap. I hate to do armor on armor like that. Can he? He can get there. Let's have him hit that one more time. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, that worked. So off he goes. 430. I did not want to hit that with, and now I can put him right there. Perfect. So they're guarding the gateway into this gap. So we take back Karivograd. Now it's a matter of how far north maybe I want to go. I don't think he has anything out here. We're going to find out. 36, 36. I'm going to kind of do this hex by hex. Where are the roads? There's no roads out here. Okay. All of his rail lines run off of this node right here. I mean, I could even cut it back here. Well, that's not true. Well, that is true. No, it's not. Okay, so this miner comes here. So if we get to this hex, we've cut off all rail south. I think I'm going to go ahead, even though I'm going to displace these guys, I can bring something else north later. I'm going to go ahead and go here, and we're just going to keep going across and eventually end up in that hex, I hope. Is there anything here? Is anyone home? No, nothing's home. All right, we've cut off all rail to this then. There's nothing else that could get through here that I see. Now, he's probably got some depots down here. Um, Hell, I don't know. We can almost make it all the way over here to the other side of the line. But do I do that? I don't want to get stretched too thin. All right, I'm going to leave him there for now. Now, I definitely know I'm going to bring this unit out into the gap as well. Does he go further north or does he go further south is the question. This is going to be a really nice big gap that he won't be able to get across, I don't think. He would have 19 movement points all the way up here. He still has 16 left up here. This gets him north of this river. I think he can almost get across here. Let's find out. All right, off he goes. Okay, we displaced that, but these guys we're just going to have to realize we're probably not going to capture them. He's still going. Look at that. He made it all the way over here with 4 movement points left. Well, this would put a little charge in you if you were a Soviet. Okay. Well then, oh man, I'm not sure we've got enough to fill that. Holy crud. That's awesome. I've got units. Okay, well, we've got this, he's just sitting out here, Romanian armor. He can make it to here, but I'm going to have to get some things right back in this area as well. But what? What is the question? I mean, we've got a lot of motorized up here, but they're all kind of holding the line. Holy smokes. He can get all the way across here, too. There's just like no Soviet resistance at all up in this pocket. I hadn't really thought this through this far, anyway, certainly. Okay. Now he could get freight. I mean, gosh, imagine these trucks driving through here. He could still get freight out here, but that's going to be really a task. Let's put this unit, this guy. I don't want to move him though. Let's put this Romanian armor in Karivograd. Okay. So we're on the major rail lines. He's really just trying to link up over here. Maybe I should have gone right here, actually. Can he get down there? No, he can't. All right, so we still have that. We've got infantry up here. We're going to have to decide how to fill the rest of this, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, these guys are all going to get cut off now, and they're going to be trying to scramble back. All right, well, we'll come back to that in a second. I keep saying we got a lot of stuff to come back to. Okay, so we've got Panzer. We've got the Slovak Mobile. We've got, what do I have down here that can come help? We're also going to have to get the headquarters out. This headquarters is back with these guys. That's fine. His units are all here. I may have to stack. I may just have to leave them out of command if I'm being honest, but we'll see. We do still have this that I could bring through to, let's say, here. But can I cover that? That's the question. Can I cover it with the other junk I've got out here? I've got light division that can come up here. I could also split, and I think that's what I'm going to have to do. All right, let's split some guys off here and try to get every other hex or as close to it as we can. I think the best way to do now, he's got no movement left. But this guy, if he go, oh shit, he can get over here. And that links this. All right, let's do that. So we'll put one regiment there. We'll put one here. This is big enough. He can't, even if he tries to get through here, we've also got a river here. I can move him back next turn. This guy could stay right here or could move down one. All right, let's move him down one. So we're every other hex there. Okay, so I'm just going to need one more Panzer division to completely stretch that out because we've got a little bit of a gap there. But this is starting to take shape now. Okay, let's move this light division up here. He's not very strong. I mean, that's 2,000 men. That's not going to do a whole lot. But I think, oh, actually, you know what? It's the best way to do this. Maybe split this or split that. Tell you what, I'm going to split him and I'm going to take out one of his. And now, so he's still got two parts of his division left. Let's scoot this light division back for a second. Let's split this guy. All right. And we'll take one part of his group because I don't think he has any strength here to counterattack, at least for a turn. And by next turn, I can maybe, figure something a little better than this out. If nothing else, I can get my motorized out here, or I can get this motorized back. I am going to go ahead, even though I know he's going to retreat the wrong way, he's going to have nowhere to go and no freight. So I'm going to knock him, and then I'm going to scoot. Well, I can't scoot him now. I could scoot him because I do have this back here. All right, let's scoot him over one. And now we cut that off. Okay, that's what I wanted. We control those hexes now. He'll get out of supply and he'll have to run back, I hope. This unit, we've now got this holding here. So why don't we move him down to, I don't know, here? He's out of command, so let's move. Well, this command needs to move around anyway. Let's get him not that far. Let's go. Let's keep these guys in command. I hate to have them out of command, but I think it's more important to keep these guys in. We've got the line across. I don't think he has enough to counterattack for a turn. I kind of wish I would have left this back here, but I was getting brave there for a moment. We can keep the panzers here. I probably could break this one up, but this is the main way across the river. I don't really want to do that. We've got that. Okay, we'll move the light division back in there. We'll eventually have to put that back together. These guys can hold. Now, I could bring one around here, but man, oh man, I don't trust these guys to hold on their own, certainly. I do have extra troops here because I don't think he has enough strength to attack in here. All right, let's do this. Let's move the weaker of the two there. And then let's take these guys, one, and then we're going to take this guy. He doesn't need to go there. He can go there. Let's move him around. Let's move him around. And now we'll move that there, all into fort levels. All right. These two are going to have to hold. I think they can. That doesn't look that strong. And he's actually been kind of not massing there at all, which is a little bit surprising. Now let's take the Slovakian unit. And out he can come here. And he can protect a little further to the south, maybe. Or widen this a little bit. Maybe get on this rail. I'm not going to split him, obviously, but let's get him out down this way. And I think that that makes this wide. Hell, I can go all the way down here. That would make that wide enough. Nothing should be able to get through here. The only way out is really right here. And I've got this Panzer division I can bring back around next time. I could really pressure it by going here. He could also try to get up this way, but now, I mean, we've got quite a bit of strength there. Well, let's push this out as far as we can. How about that? All right. It's getting offensive. Attack the rail thing. It's a super depot. This guy right here. I assume you're talking about. What else has he got here? Probably a rifle. Whoops. Do we know? Hold on. Get off that. Give me the pop-up. He's got a cavalry division. All right. Well, we can take that on, I hope. Let's hit that. All right. That cost us one tank, and off he goes. And if that was the super depot, that's gone. Wow. This worked out 100 times better than I was expecting. I assumed he had stuff out here, but he doesn't. Okay. I think that's good. I mean, I could break this up as well. And the only reason I would do that is actually to bring it down here and just hit this. But I think this unit's going to have to turn back now. I mean, I guess he could come down here. I could send this infantry, kind of marching this way out of Odessa just in case he gets wild. Oh, you know what, though? I don't want him to cut this rail. That's the main thing. That's probably what he's going to go for, is to cut this rail right here. Let's look at our rail really quickly. Yeah, this is bringing everything. Although, yeah, the Odessa line comes north, so we can't allow him to cut that rail. Okay, that would be a disaster. It would snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. 347. Let's get that all the way down here. I'll spacebar it. Let's hit him again. Okay, we lose 5 tanks, but hopefully we can hold him off the rail. Now it turns there. Shit. I'm going to try to hit him again. I lost 11 tanks for that effort. Gosh darn it, it was 1.7 to 1. Well, hopefully he's going to turn around. If he comes and cuts it here, it's not the biggest deal. We just got to keep him off that node right there. We'll see. Is there anything else I could turn around that way? I've got this infantry trying to get up here. I guess I could have put him on the rail, but I don't think he would have been able to get off with any movement points. How about Hungarian cavalry? He's just sitting back here. Totally forgot he was there. He can come right there. Okay. He's been sitting in Kryvyi Rog forever. Let's hit that one more time. Now we scoot him back over a little bit. I think that should hopefully be the end of that. He may go after this rail, but that one's not nearly as important because it's kind of on a road to nowhere. What goes up to Kiev comes this way, so I don't want him to cut any rail, but I think we've cordoned that off. Okay, round the bend we go. I'm not going to attack with these guys. I think that they could have some success, but I want to keep all of their strength here. Now that I'm looking at it, hell, Let's get more Romanians down in this area, theater, if you will. I'm going to bring all the Romanians down here for the most part. I could also use them to hold some of this, I guess, but I don't trust them, so I probably won't. But let's stack them down here, and we'll have the Romanians really take the deep, deep south. Can they both go here? I don't know. Let's spacebar this, speed it up a little bit. Can you go there? All right. And one last one. We'll just put that one right there. We'll bring the Romanian commander down. Probably don't want him that close to the action. How about there? We'll get him back. The German commander, I think he has to be right there. Okay, let's look at a little bit more of this area. Now, we're across the river in a couple of places, and I'm tempted to attack there just because we're going to have to start expanding out. Let's take... I don't want that attack across the river, and I want to keep the strength right there. So let's try this attack. That's into a level 2 fort. Let's see if we get any joy. We do. All right, off he goes. So a lot of these are a little weaker than they're representing. Now we've got the forces that are actually sitting in Z-Town. I don't want to attack into a level 2 fort. I'd rather go this way, but that's a level 3 fort. I'm not going to attack out of town. Let's halt that for a moment. Where else could we attack here? Well, we can certainly do that attack, or at least try it. Now, that's across the river. We'll bring in both divisions, and he routes. That's 1,500, so that's good. Can he move? No, he can't move. It's got nothing left. Now, we do have the Romanian cavalry up here. Why don't we do this? We'll take all 5 divisions and attack there. We scoot him back. That was actually a little stronger than I thought. 11,000 men. We scoot him back. Now, we can't get across the river there. We could take one of these units, but I don't dare do that, I don't think. Okay. Now with the Germans, we can fire at will. I'd like to hit him first. I know I can move that. Let's try to hit this unit and see what happens. Stone cold. Nothing happened there. We lost 185 troops. Okay. Let's hit him with a hasty. Okay, off he goes. That was easy enough. I was thinking I could move him, but we couldn't. We'll get across the river with this next time, and we'll start pushing back. Let's attack down this way with this German unit. That's 1,200 to 400. Actually, not as good. That's not as good as 4 to 0. That was across the river, but you know, at this point, we got to attack across the river sometime. And now we can start thinking about getting Hungarian armor into play. So let's run this Hungarian armor around here and start threatening an envelopment. We also can start getting down here. I've moved these Romanian cavalry around a million times. But if we can move this, we've got a gap. So let's bring them down here. I think the gap is much more likely down here. I would like to push through here if I could. We'll have to do that with Germans, though. I mean, they're not going to be, they're just a, paper bag. If we get them through, I don't want them that close to the strong Soviet Union. So let's back them up a little bit. All right, I think that works. Come around here. Let's take the German. I'll use him with the Romanians. Let's hit where they don't have a fort level. Okay, off they go. Nice. All right, that worked. And then the German unit has an attack left. That's a airborne unit. Let's try it. Okay, we scoot them back too. 7-3 to 1. Nobody else. Well, the Romanian could move. But I think I'm just going to leave him right here. We've got a zone of control over that hex. Okay, now I know I left some things, but I think I covered some of that back as we went around. Nothing more to do there, I don't think. I'm going to try to push the Hungarian armor, the Romanian cavalry out to the sea next turn. Now he's going to react right here, but in some ways I almost want him to. I'd like him to drain some of that strength down this way, and we'll start to expand out this way, and maybe we'll have another opportunity with the German armor a little further to the north, theoretically speaking. We'll see. Um, this all looks okay. This looks okay. We're in fort levels. He's going to try to come across the river. We know that. You know, I wish this was a little stronger, but we had to form this. He's got his gap right there, but again, I think it's too far. Now he may try to go here. Would I be better off? He would have to. Let's do that. Let's go there and then scoot him back to there. I think that's better. He could still try to get through here and link with that hex, but wish I could get control of that hex. But we're a little better off right here in the center because now he's got to go through this and through that. So I think that's all right. Um, that looks fine. I don't think he has much up here. I don't know. Hell, it looks like we could take a leisurely stroll all the way to Cherkasy if we wanted to. He would have 10 left. He would have 15 left there. Let's just take him on a little ride and see how. Okay, so he's got a unit there. Good to know. All right, we just widen that a little bit. Now he's right back in place, so that works. Okay, this all looks okay. I think we got this under control. I'm glad that we had this Hungarian unit back here. I'm sorry I forgot that. But that Hungarian cavalry is actually pretty damn good. It's like 10,000. It had like 7 offensive value there. Our headquarters, we got the super depot still working. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to get off there. This rail line doesn't matter, but I was thinking about repairing a little bit, just jumping out here, repairing a little bit, and then coming back. Ah, shit. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll have enough to get back. So let's just repair those two and come right back. May as well. I could also repair this line, but I don't want to get a situation where I can't get him back there. So I'm gonna be a little cautious with that. That looks great. This is a nice big pocket. That's 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 18, 20. It's 21 divisions or so. Uh, yeah, I was thinking about moving them a little further north too, but I've got a few that yeah, I kind of wish I would be up here now, but when I first came through here, I was expecting a little more resistance, and then I got in a situation where I had this one here. I guess I could have put this one back behind the river here. I mean, this guy can damn near walk to Cherkasy as well. I mean, I guess there's no harm in putting them up here. They're going to be trying to get up here anyway. I just don't want any of these to get isolated at all. I may move him one north, though. Okay, we got a construction battalion to surrender and an engineer sapper battalion. And the depot is captured. Excellent. Okay, well, that works for me. I just don't want anything to get isolated out here is what I'm kind of guarding against or trying to. Um, that all looks good. I'm for it. I think we've got that cordoned off now. This looks better than it has in a while, and these guys are going to be trying to get out, you would think. So we'll see. I've got these Romanian cavalry that I could also do something with, but they're holding this line. I mean, are they? I don't know. They're trying. Let's actually move them a little further north, though. I guess if he was going to go through anywhere, it would be up this way. Their headquarters is back here. He's got no movement points, though. Um, I know I left some other things back here. No attacks across the river. That doesn't make sense. We've now started, these are looking very weak up and around Kiev here. We've got this motorized here. Oh, that's right. We have panzer divisions back here that we could do something with. Hell, we could even probably run one of these out into this gap or meet up. Um, Let's keep him up. We're going to need that over here. I could, try to start moving through here and maybe do our encirclement right there. But I think what I'm going to do is move him down this way. He even could come help with the Lvov and then try to push north next turn. Or he could get all the way over here and help. Yeah, I mean, he'll be out of command, but I may need everything I've got over here, though. This may be the easier way to go up and do it this way, to be honest with you. Tell you what, I'm going to move a few Panzer divisions down here and have them try to just have him sit in Lvov for a turn. So we've got two Panzer divisions down there, and we'll have them try to come up this way next turn, and we'll try to get a pocket here. We've got plenty back here. We also have this regiment that could come along as well. We may need him over here, though. Uh, Well, hell's bells. Let's bring him around. And we've got 3 units over here. We've got about 6 or 7 over here. And we'll try to make all of this a pocket. Now, we'll run some recon out here next time just to see if they've got anything back behind, whether we should maybe go a little further north or just, kind of skim the line here. But that'll be our next attempt at a pocket. Eventually, we're going to have to turn back and get some of this, but now the infantry's starting to push on it. I like that. I'd love to get infantry up here to free this up to come around here and help as well. But I think we've got this about as good as I feel like I can get it, for just kind of flying through here a little bit. That all looks good. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten further here, but I think we did fine. We'll close this next time. We didn't get them all. We're going to get the majority. We had to come back across the Dnieper, unfortunately. All right, Lucas says we go back over into that pocket. Now, you're saying 3 and 3. This is where you'd link. Probably true. Okay. Um, I've still got this, and I've got a that I could move over. What's happening? What's happening? Get on the unit. He can't quite get that far. I don't think he's gonna. Why? I don't think he's gonna link there. I could move that back. I could move him over. I could also move this over here and scoot everything a little bit over. Why don't we do it that way? Let's move this way, and then we'll take this unit and move this way. Now I don't think. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right there, potentially. Um, they can't quite get there now. Here, shoot. I could move this down. And then move him over. And now we could move. I'll move the Italians up here for a turn. That doesn't seem very strong. Maybe bring one of these units over. 85, 86. Things are getting a little messy, but I like it. That makes sure he can't. Now that really seals it. He could try to get out this way, but he's going to have to go across the river. We've got a lot of zone of control. Well, he doesn't have zone of control, but we've got a big gap he's going to have to get across. He's going to be coming this way. Next turn, this can turn around and really seal that off. Okay, I like that. That's fine by me. Any other bright ideas, General Staff? Yanzu wants to look at the big picture. Yeah, we can do that again. Hey, what's up, Paul? Yeah, they get old, right? That little 15 years old. I've seen some Yorkies live to like 2021. That's what we're hoping, but we'll see. We'll see. She's doing better, Paul. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I said that right up front before some people were on. The little pup is doing she's doing better. She's helping me cook her rice and chicken that she's been prescribed. May have a little blockage. I don't want to go too deep into that for those of you that are squeamish. But anyway, um, let's look at the big picture. Yeah, so Cocoa Puff is doing better. She's home. She's resumed her duties as sous chef, and we shall see. Uh, okay, up into there. Okay, big picture, big picture. So we've cut across here. That would really help. That would free up a lot of stuff to extend lines out. Of course, when we when we do this, we're going to be like, wow, look how many troops we actually have. Um, Oh, let's look at the losses. So, I mean, I'm kind of to the end here. I'll go over it myself, see if there's anything else. But we see here, current turn, 268,000 for the Soviets. That's what we need. They'll get some attrition losses as well and whatnot. 3730. 594 on the AFVs. We lost 36,000. Very acceptable. 72 AFVs on our part. All in all, I'm really pleased. I was really surprised that opened up like that. We've got another potential pocket that could go there. We're trying to get across here and close this one. We've got to really start paying attention to the north a little bit more. Um, it's getting a little dangerous in and around Pskov, so we're going to have to turn back there next time. So when I come back next time, which will be tomorrow, barring any unforeseen circumstances, we'll resolve the turn. I'll have everything ready to go, and we'll resolve the turn and see what happens. But overall, I'm pleased with how it's going so far. Thank you guys for your help. Lucas, good ideas. All of you always have good ideas. So thank you so much for spotting things I maybe, don't see or can't see or go too fast to see, whatever the case may be. I do appreciate it. Anyway, you guys, that's right. I do have the Italians, Lucas. Yep. Hopefully, I would have caught that on my post stream review. But good point. We can also get those up. We also have reinforcements that are on the rail, German reinforcements that I haven't figured out where I want to put yet. So anyway, leaving you on a cliffhanger, Douglas. That's right. That's right. You guys all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock Pacific. I hope. I hope. Anyway.